The storm desk. Read the storm, book the roofs. A homeowner saw a solar shingle ad and called your office. Your sales manager thinks 2026 is finally the year the solar roof line prints money. Then you check the numbers, and the pitch just lost its biggest crutch. By the end, you'll read the 2026 solar integrated roofing market like an operator, not a brochure. What the products are, what one law change did to the math, and which roofs are worth quoting it to. The product got better. The subsidy got worse. Name what you're selling, because loose words cost money. 3 things sit under the umbrella. Solar shingles, photovoltaic shingles that nail into the deck and interleave with matching ones, so the roof and the power are one layer. Solar tiles, glass tiles that replace clay or slate look tile on higher-end roofs. And building integrated photovoltaics, BIPV, the code word meaning the solar element is the building element, not a panel on top. What's not in the category is rack-mounted panels on a normal roof, a different product, crew, and warranty. When a customer says solar roof, find out which one. Now, the one fact that reorders the market. For a decade, a homeowner who bought residential solar could claim the federal residential clean energy credit, Section 25D, worth 30% of system cost, no cap. That was a load-bearing number under almost every solar pitch in America. The law signed July 4, 2025, repealed it for expenditures made after December 31, 2025. Read the timing rule like an adjuster. The trigger is installation completion, not contract signing, not the deposit. Signed in November, turned on in February, gets nothing. Here's why that hurt integrated products harder than panels. Integrated roofing was always the more expensive way to buy solar, leaning hardest on that 30% to look reasonable next to cheaper panels. Strip the credit and the per-watt premium is fully visible, no federal cushion. That sounds like bad news, and in pure energy payback terms it is. But it pushes the product toward the buyers it should have had all along. People for whom the roof is the point, and the power is the bonus. It didn't break the category. It exposed who it was ever for. The codes finally caught up, and that's the good news. A product that's both a roof covering and an electrical generator used to fit neither the roofing code nor the electrical listing. That gap closed. The standard is UL 7103, the listing for building integrated photovoltaic roof coverings. It rolls fire class, wind resistance, water protection, and impact resistance into one path, and the 2021 building codes reference it. A product with that listing was tested as a roof, so your inspector permits it on an established path instead of arguing it at the curb. Now the honest cost picture, because pretending it's cheap burns trust. Installer surveys put standard rack-mounted panels around $2.5 to $3.5 per watt installed. Solar shingles land roughly $4.5 to $7. That's a regional survey range as of 2026, not a quote, and every roof prices differently. The premium is real and large. But 2 honest complications. First, flat against the deck shingles produce less per square foot. Second, and this one matters, you may be buying a roof anyway. Here's the framing that closes, and most pitches skip it because it makes the premium visible. If the homeowner needs a re-roof, the comparison isn't solar shingles versus nothing. It's 3 options on one page. A standard re-roof, a re-roof plus panels on top, or an integrated roof that's the covering and the power at once. Fold in the roof they were buying regardless, and the premium shrinks, sometimes a lot. Show all 3 anyway. That's why the 2026 buyer is almost always a re-roof buyer, not a solar shopper who needed a roof. There's a roofing value argument here you can sell without overpromising. Rack-mounted panels need mounting feet that penetrate the finished roof. Flashed wrong by a solar crew that isn't really a roofing crew, they're a classic leak source and a warranty seam. Water shows up near a mount, the roofer blames the solar guy blames the roofer. An integrated roof largely removes that seam. One contractor, one system, often one warranty. That's a roofing argument, not an energy one, and in 2026 the roofing arguments close. It still isn't leak-proof. Now read the field honestly, because the hype map and the real map differ. One product cracked the hard problem. A roofing crew installs the solar with a nail gun, and it carries the UL listing, a 130 mile/hour wind rating, and a Miami-Dade approval. It comes from the largest roofing manufacturer in North America, so distribution and training run at a scale no startup matches. The famous glass tile product never hit its projected volume and now routes customers to third parties, a niche option you can't source routinely. One product reached scale. The rest is fragmented. So who actually buys one in 2026? Strip the marketing and the buyer is specific, with all 4 traits together. Their roof is due for replacement anyway, the premium only tolerable layered onto a re-roof they already accepted. Good sun and orientation, minimal shading. They keep the house a long time, because with the credit gone, the payback only pays someone there to collect it, and they value the look and simplicity. The first trait is the gate. A roofer who knows which roofs on a street are near end of life has pre-qualified the category. Here's the trap in that gate. Most homeowners don't know their roof's real age, and public records won't tell you. Zillow and the county showed the year the house was built, not when it was last re-roofed. A whole tract looks like one age cohort, but the roofs were replaced at wildly different times, some after a hailstorm, some never, some last year. Quote the tract and you waste a season on shingles with good years left. The money is in picking the houses. Here's the line, and it's not subtle. You're not a tax advisor, so don't act like one. Say only the true thing. The federal 30% applied to systems completed by the end of 2025, and for a 2026 install, it no longer applies. Point them to the IRS and the DSIRE database, and to their own tax preparer. Never say this. You'll get 30% back from the government. It's no longer true. Do you handle the paperwork and guarantee the credit? No, never. That's the tax pro's job. Document the roof. Let the tax pro do the taxes. So treat the category like an operator, not a startup. Offer it as a re-roof attach, not a solar division. You already have the lead, the roof, the crew, the trust. You're adding a premium choice to a re-roof you were doing anyway, instead of paying into the crowded solar lead market. Then qualify ruthlessly, because an integrated quote is expensive to produce. Roof at end of life, good sun, enough roof plane, long ownership, electrical service that can carry it, and mind your own book first. The roofs you sold years ago are aging into replacement now. Here's where RoofPredict fits, and where it doesn't. It estimates a roof's age as a planning range from aerial imagery, and pairs it with the storm history that roof has actually taken, house by house. So you point a premium solar roof conversation at the roofs genuinely near replacement, before anyone climbs a ladder. It does not inspect the roof, diagnose damage, or certify how many years it has left. Roof age is a range, not a date. It narrows a whole zip code to the homes where a solar attach is even plausible. The roof you're replacing earns the sale. Close the loop. Solar integrated roofing in 2026 is a maturing premium category, not a mass market wave. The product cleared its hard hurdles, a nailable shingle, a real safety standard, a code home. The 30% federal credit switched off for systems completed after the end of 2025. So the buyer who remains is a re-roof buyer who pays a real premium, no cushion, for the look and the simplicity. Treat it as a premium attach for the small slice of homes where roof condition, sun, ownership, and taste line up. The brochure sells the whole zip code. You sell the roofs, actually do.